Let's get on down to then who is eating good in the neighborhood, presented by Applebee's. This is going to be the biggest surprise through 4 weeks. And Hot Rod Rodney Harrison gets to go first. Biggest surprise, Rod.
My biggest surprise. Who's my biggest surprise? It would be the Washington Commanders. I'm sorry, the Washington Commanders. I got a chance to go back and watch some tape on them. And it's not just Jaden Daniels. It's not just him, going out there. They've done a really good job of putting great people around him. The general manager, Adam Peters, this is a good guy, smart, learned a lot from John Lynch. Dan Quinn is a heck of a head coach. Really good guy. But also you start to look on the defensive side of the ball, what they've done. They got those two big guys in the interior of that defense. Bobby Wagner is a terrific leader at linebacker. They got Jeremy Chin, who I think is just an outstanding player, kind of reminds you of Kyle Hamilton. So on the defensive side of the ball, Coach, they've really built up the defense. They've added some guys, not a ton of big names, but guys that play with passion and guys that believe in the system.
Yeah, I almost went that way too. They have been great, but my big surprise pick has to be the Minnesota Vikings. Everybody was talking about Detroit. This is Detroit's year for the Super Bowl. Well, Green Bay was in the playoffs last year. Jordan Love's going to be better. Chicago had the number one pick. They're going to be better. Minnesota was kind of the forgotten team in that division. And then J.J. McCarthy, they went out and drafted him, and he gets hurt. Oh, no. Well, that's it. We're done. I don't think anybody in their right mind expected Sam Darnold to come out and light things up, lead the league in touchdown passes. We thought their defense would be okay, but for what their offense is doing, it's been amazing to me.
And Coach, you look at the Minnesota Vikings, it's a complete team. Defensively, they got one of the top defenses in the league, and then offensively, you kind of start thinking of Justin Jefferson. You start thinking about Justin Jefferson, and you don't think about Naylor and all the other weapons that they have. Two good running backs, Sam Darnold, like you talked about, and that defense just continues with all those veteran players to create turnovers and just cause havoc. Brian Flores, and you always talk about Kevin O'Connell and the job that he's done, not just on the offensive side of the ball, but just the total team and what he's been able to do. To me, Coach, I think you're right. You've said this before. I think he's Coach of the Year at this point in time right now.
They have been outstanding, and Aaron Jones has given them a big lift. Just being able to run the football and be balanced, and they're playing very, very effective football right now.
Yeah. All right, you guys took a couple of first-round draft picks there. I'm going to take Tampa. I'm going to go biggest surprise.
You're surprised at Tampa?
I'm going with Baker Mayfield. People kind of sent this dude off, right? Cleveland, they're like, we're done with them. LA, we're done with them. Carolina, we're done with them. And he finds this home in Tampa. He's having a Disneyland level of fun, He's winning games, and he's having fun like Tom Brady would be having at Disneyland. Like, he just looks like a kid out there to me, playing almost high school football, and his teammates look the same way. It's like football is fun again. It doesn't look like a job. And when you start winning and getting on a roll, and we know Baker's fire and personality, I don't think this is a flash in the pan. I think we're going to see the Bucs continue on this trend even into the playoffs.
No, you're right, Jack. I live down here, and this whole offseason, they've been energized. Mike Evans is looking at a new contract, and the first thing he asks is Baker going to be back? If he's our quarterback, I want to be here. I'll sign. The offensive linemen love this guy, and that unity and that togetherness is what's happening, and it's really been great to watch.
Coach, I agree with you. Baker Mayfield has been fantastic for these guys in the locker room. And even before the playoff game last year when we had him, I talked to a bunch of guys, and all they could do is rant and rave about Baker Mayfield, his presence in the locker room, his leadership, his toughness, everything that he brings. And then you just sit down and you talk to him, you see just how passionate he is, how smart he is, how engaged he is. And I'm like, man, I just want to be your friend because, you're such a good guy, and he's so intense with football, man. I just love the guy, and just really happy that he's doing well because the kid is a dog. He is a straight dog, Jack.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.